Greetings, my friends. I just dropped off a private client on the border of Arizona. Drove all the way up from California, 4.5 hours. Good money, good tip. And then at the border, another limo driver took over and is taking the client to Scottsdale, the refuse to fly. Which brings me to the subject, and I want to do a video on this later, is a great article. Scott Tucker in the house. I'm right in Arizona, brother. Hanging out here in Blythe. I love it. I love it. Wow. How many in your group? Really? So and how many hours are you driving today? Wow, beautiful. That must be so much fun when you're with all your buddies and you get out and got the music, got the sunshine. There's a great group of awesome bikers that got together and they're driving. So it's funny. Guys got the music blasting, really cool. And it's hot here. Got to hear this guy's sound. It's wicked. I love it. I love it. I love it. In the street. Woo! Awesome bus. There they go. Here is music. I love it. Guys are having fun. Big group. Oh yes, you're right, Scott. Shit, dude, I always forget, man. I always forget with the damn, the music on YouTube, because it picks it up. Got to be careful, man. I'm always attracted to the sound, But then when I realize I'm live, it's people like you that save my ass, because otherwise I'd get another strike on YouTube. But these guys are awesome. I spoke to them and they were a big group of 200 bikers. I think there's about 6-7 here. They're ready to rock. They're going to go in the second pack. You can see that they're a biker group. They got that same emblem on all their jackets, which is cool. So I'm just doing here they are. They're getting ready to roll. I'm just taking a small little break, because I just literally drove 4.5 hours, Scott, which was a great private trip. And I would have taken the kid all the way. It was a client's kid. I would have taken him all the way up to Scottsdale, no problem. But I insisted that he pay halfway, so he sent his driver, and then my client sent me to. I did the exchange in Blythe. So I guess I'm driving 4.5 of the 6 hours. See, they're getting the group, and then I think they're going to be rolling. That's them. It's a huge group. This is the large group, the last of this biker group that's heading out. I was literally surrounded by at least 200 bikes, and I wanted to make the video. There they go. That's cool. Good. Did your money all come in, Scott? Did it all roll in? I hope everything went well for you. How do I do this now with my phone? I think I'm gonna have to come in. Oh, my orientation is locked. You see me? right, it's time to. So I think it's just Scott and me on the road. Scott, did you apply for all your licensing and that? I have a second viewer in the house. I appreciate you guys keeping me company. I drove up 4.5 hours to the border of Arizona, and I'm driving straight back. EDIL is still in process, but it's coming. It will come. If they have told you that money is on the way, if you got any letter that stated it's coming, it will come. Got to show you how beautiful the desert roads are. Okay, now I'm going to take 10 West. I'm literally leaving Blythe now. Maybe I'll pass those bikers, depends. I don't want to race it. Got 3 people in the house. I just did a morning run to Arizona to the border, and I'm heading straight back. 500. Can't complain with the tip. 500. Definitely cannot complain about that one, right, Scott? And listen, any help you need with that new company, I mean, you doing the certification and all of that right now for credit repair, right? It's a really, really good time to be in that business, because a lot of people will need credit repair because they didn't make payments. So you probably the timing, Scott, could not be better. Could not be better. I'm telling you right now, the timing could not be better. There are tons of people that messed up their credit during this pandemic. No doubt about it. I gotta say, there's one thing I love about this Escalade is I don't even have to touch the accelerator. It just touching it's on 80 miles an hour. If I put it a little bit down, it goes to 88, 90 miles an hour. Once you have your credit fixed. Oh, are you gonna fix your credit? Okay. And then once you have your credit fixed, what are you then you're gonna make it a business, or what are you gonna do? I also know, I can tell you as far as credit repair, I know a detective agency, they're called Hammer and Star in Los Angeles. They are detectives for a lot of the stars, for a lot of actors and that, of your high-end clients. When they do credit repair, there is some letter that they write to the credit company saying that they are investigating blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure. I got to look at that letter, how it's worded. But usually their clients get a real big bump up. You know, they write that, for example, that some of the criteria that's showing up in the credit thing could be fraudulent or so the credit companies back off from a claim. I don't know how they do it, but man, they have success. They get people's credit ratings up, and they do that through their detective agency. Interesting, right? Food for thought. Another great, I think a great job with a lot of businesses if you were to do your detective license, right? To become a licensed detective. There's a lot of money in that. And I'm good at that shit. I used to do that in South Africa. I'm good at finding the people, finding the money, getting the money, no problem. Great success rate. I was telling my fiance some South African horror stories a few days ago, how I had to get money back. People that owed me a lot of money. One guy owed me 600,000, one guy owed me 75,000. I got my money back, but you got to put your foot down. You can't mess around with these thugs. I got my money back. I want my money back, money back, money back. I want my money back, money back. Money back. Credit services, money back. I want my money back, money back. Oh, wow. We have 5 people in the house. I have 0 likes. If those 5 people could smash the like button, I would be super grateful. It'll make my weekend. It's a Saturday, we're going on to Sunday. Are you guys chilling? Thank you. I just got a like there. Thank you. Thumbs up. 100 outside, 100 degrees. And on my way back from Arizona to California. Quick round trip. 8.5, 9 hours. For a very special client, very special favor. Whoop, whoop. Douglas in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy weekend. At some stage, I think around Palm Springs, I'll probably jump over to the Rideshare Professor channel. I do want to make a video there where those like right now. Happy weekend. The social media, what did you say? Social media will play big on success. Yeah, if you know, my LinkedIn, I started with LinkedIn. I got about 15,000 followers on LinkedIn. I only recently started with Twitter. I think I have about 400. And the one thing I put the most effort into, honestly, because I just enjoy it, which is fun, is YouTube, you know, making videos, live videos, really enjoy that. And I have 8 YouTube channels, and I almost have my 4th one monetized, almost. So I almost have 4 of my 8 YouTube channels monetized, which is great. You know, that's very soon 4 income streams, and I can jump around topic to topic, right? So that's very important. Scott, for example, or Douglas, if you guys want to build out a presence. I mean, Facebook, I have, I think 5,000. I think they maxed it out, 5,000. I think I have 3 or 4 Facebook channels. Some of them are business, private ones 5,000. So yeah, you got to just add network, add network, add network, add network. And I'm telling you, the people, especially the private clients, come from everywhere. Last week, got another referral, already a booking for next week. Referral from another client. So referrals come. Word of mouth is very powerful, but how do you initially find them? Social media. It's the same thing, Scott. If you get a client through social media, and you actually repair their credit, which you want to do, right? You could end up getting like 4 or 5 other clients just through that individual. Hey, that individual helped me. He's good, great service, good price. Boom, you get your next clients. A lot of trucks on the road today. Got 8 people in the house. I am now on my return leg from Arizona. Dropped off a client, and then the client got into another car and is doing the second leg. And I'm passing 3 cop cars here. I'm heading 10 east now. Highway patrol, I think they pulled over a car for speeding. And let me just share with you briefly. I want to share with you, I mean, right? You got anybody driven through this type of scenario? Super dry, look at that. Now I'm in California again. California, California. California, California. There's an Amazon truck. There's an Amazon driver in front of us. It says, there's more to Prime, a truckload more. There's more to Prime, a truckload more. And this is pretty much the scenery. Doesn't change much. Dry, semi-arid desert with a couple of mountains. That's it. That's it, boy. That's the scenery until until Palm Springs. We're on 3 likes. I got 8 people in the house. I'm missing 5 likes. I love my likes. I love those like buttons. Smash it, smash it, smash it, as Dustin always says. And I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I will be doing this live feed up to Palm Springs, probably the next 90 minutes. And then I'll be switching over for the last leg, purely because the reception is better on the last leg, Palm Springs to LA. I'm sure here in the desert I'm going to lose the signal a few times. It'll buffer, it'll come back. I will be back until I switch this off in Palm Springs. But hey, nice little excursion, something different when you're out, you know, out in the countryside like this. You get time to think. Yeah, it's very much like Vegas, exactly. Very, very much like Vegas. Well, that drive on the 15 to Vegas, right? Whether you're going 15 north or 15 south, pretty much the same scenery. 9 people in the house, 4 likes. Thank you guys, thank you guys. Beautiful scenery here today. This is the long, wide, open road. This is what it looks like. Chasing these guys. I'm in California, California. No major rush, just taking it easy. Don't want to hit the accelerator too much because otherwise this thing will drink like crazy. Giannis, how are you? Yeah, I'm out here in the desert. I did a morning run to the border of Arizona. Was another SUV, another black SUV waiting. And then the funny thing is, I drove a kid, one of my clients' kids, up to the border, Arizona. Then another driver took over. And this driver goes, hey, I know you from YouTube. And he started his fleet. This guy, listen to the story. This guy started his fleet watching my videos. He has a couple of cars he rents out. He goes, hey, nice to meet you. We didn't do the handshake thing. We did the fist bump. I mean, the elbow bump. But he's like, I cannot believe it. You here? And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, I'm here everywhere. I'll go where the money takes me. Money, money, money. Was he a Turkish guy? I know a Turkish guy in Arizona who's got a lot of cars. It wasn't him. He looked pretty like a rough guy, like a biker. It looked more like a biker dude. But I know which one you're talking about. So what do you recommend for business banking? Well, what I would do, here's a big tip for you, very big tip, is when you choose a bank, I would research their online capabilities, right? Linking you up to the internet, because a lot of the transactions that you are going to be doing are Visa, MasterCard, Discovery, and American Express, right? You want to have a powerful online platform for where they can book the services and pay no matter where they are nationwide. And you want to choose a bank that can integrate a fantastic online platform. And you know, I got to say, both Wells Fargo and Bank of America have a pretty impressive online banking setup. They're pretty good at it. And the fees are not too crazy. So yeah, you want to do some research, because it's not just about the business and the bank, it's about the e-commerce side. I'm staying on the move, Teddy. I hit Arizona, left this morning at 8 o'clock from California, dropped off right at the border of Arizona, passed into Arizona, refueled at a better gas price, because the gas prices in California were higher in Blythe, so I refueled, got better gas price, and I'm heading straight back. I would have done the whole trip. I would have gone all the way to Scottsdale. No question asked. I was, I had my Red Bull. had my coffee, and I was wired. Wasn't speeding, chilling, 75, 80 miles an hour. Texting with Thomas Gibson, San Diego Rideshare Pro while I was driving, texting a little bit, doing a little business, answering a few messages. And now I'm gonna head to Palm Springs, and at some stage I'm going to be jumping over to the Rideshare Professor channel. But if I can share with you, if anybody's in the room who hasn't seen this, this is pretty much what we're looking at. 180 degrees, got a truck in front of me. California, California. Estes. There we go. Here's the signs to prove it. Desert Center 29, Indio 78, Los Angeles 205, baby. LA 205. Here we come. Live and die in LA. It's the place to be. 205 to LA. That's LA downtown. Man, I was in Vegas a couple of years ago. Let me read that. Oh, Hoover Dam. Yeah, that's a cool spot. Yeah, it's beautiful there. I took my kids there. They didn't want to leave. They couldn't believe they were on that bridge looking down. It's very high, right? You know, the funny thing, I'll tell you a funny story. I remember now that you bring it up, Teddy. I had my Uber sign on my Suburban, and I was crossing over the border. Police pull me over. I'm like, what's wrong? Oh, you can't Uber in this area. I said, I'm not effing Ubering in this area. I'm on holiday. Well, you got an Uber sign on your car. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are about. I'm not transporting people. These are my kids, right? Why are you giving me trouble because of an Uber sign? And no shit. This was their story. So I just ripped the Uber sign off the window, and I said, can I go now? Thank you very much. Like, I was getting annoyed. And I just literally tore the Uber sign off, and I'm like, I'm not Ubering, you know, this Uber. Yeah, they lowered the rates again, those scumbags. But I saw that Lyft is putting out some big bonuses. They are desperado. And Lyft is doing a smart move. If Lyft is spending money recruiting drivers, they may be taking drivers away from Uber now by giving high bonuses. Great. Oh, how are you? Great Car Deals is in the house. Hello, everyone. And I have, who else is in the house? John. Thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, they've lowered their rates again, and Lyft is certainly throwing some big bonuses at drivers right now. They're trying to lure the people that are out there hesitating. They're trying to get them back with $150, $250. I even saw a bonus of $500. $500 if you do X amount of trips in a certain amount of time. Crazy. That really seems rather desperate, but might be a smart move. They might be pulling the drivers away from Uber, because Uber actually lowered the rates because they're desperate, they're crying. The new Uber rates obviously differ city by city, but they have come down. And the reason why they're lowering the rates is because they need that margin. They're taking that margin away from us. And drivers are saying, absolutely not. I'm not going to work for peanuts, right? So it's not very well thought through by Dara. Not well at all. And I understand they need the money, and they screwed up on the Grubhub deal. Their stock price dropped again, and it screams desperation. Lyft, on the other hand, is putting the money out there, luring the drivers with pretty big bonuses at the moment. Salute. Gotta crack this to stay awake. Cheers. Oh, you live in Arizona, relocating to Carlsbad. Very cool. Carlsbad's awesome. Yeah, I would do XL. If you're in Carlsbad, I would do XL. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people that you'll take a lot of people either from Carlsbad to Orange County Airport, Carlsbad to San Diego Airport, Carlsbad into San Diego for events. XL is a great one for Carlsbad. It really is. Oceanside, Carlsbad. Can't go wrong with XL. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Thing is, I don't have an apple a day. Hand sanitizer. Right on, thanks. Hometown, Lake Forest, yeah. Cool. I know it. Know Lake Forest well. Know Lake Forest well. Lake Forest is right there by the 133. Let me share this with you. I got 9 people in the house, 7 likes. This is what we're looking at. I'm driving through it. California, all these trucks are heading up to Arizona on that side. All heading up to Arizona. I had to pass, I don't know how many trucks on the way up. One after the frickin' other. I passed that guy, and I remember that old Chevy truck. I looked at it. I passed that guy on the way up. Some of the trucks I passed on the way up. I'm returning. Guys going boating, have a good weekend, enjoy. That guy's going cycling, mountain biking, enjoy. Hey, people are getting out, and all these truckers, these hard workers, look at them, one after the other. All northbound, not many trucks southbound. These guys are all coming from Long Beach, California, from the harbor. They come up to 710 and then they go on the 10 west. 710 north from Long Beach, and then they head out on the 10. Way up, even over to Florida. That's where all of these guys are going. Trucking along. Trucking along. Check the Uber. I want to Uber. I want to Uber. Dun 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 dun. I want to move it. I like to move it. Move it. Got 7 people in the house. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for joining me as we drive through the desert, 100 degrees. Hit that like. Somebody just stepped into the room. Drink to you. Cheers. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. Did a quick morning run from California to Arizona border, dropped the client off, got into another car. They carry on. I'm heading back. Man, there's a lot of trucks on the other side. Welcome to the other side. Welcome to the other side. And there's land for sale out here. There's land for sale. What are you going to do with this land? What are you going to do if you buy 200 acres of dirt? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do? What business are you going to start? Great car deals, how are you? What business are you going to start right here? There's like land for sale. Let me just show you. There's land. There's a big sign, land for sale. I'm going to sell this land. What are you going to do here? Can't farm. Can't do agriculture. Sheep, goats maybe. Minerals. On the other side, all the truckers. What are you going to do here? Going home from Arizona. I'm going home from Arizona. Yeah, I've never done that. I've never taken a client marijuana. Okay, if marijuana grows out here, cool. But so far, I can honestly tell you, I have not seen any marijuana plantations, nor have I seen any like greenhouses for marijuana. Nothing. Truck, Mohammed, you're right about that. The truck industry is the lifeline of the United States. If the truckers would strike, the produce doesn't move. Apples don't move, nothing moves. So great respect to the truckers of the United States. Truck. Ten people in the house. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, please. Los Angeles, 192 miles. Indio, 65. Desert Center, 16 miles. Thank you, thank you. If you don't ask, you don't know. Exactly. If you do not ask, you will never know. So you might as well keep on asking. Ask a lot of questions. Nothing wrong with asking. I don't think there's a stupid question. Just ask. It's literally, if you can see out the side window, you can see it's just semi-arid desert, like brush, cacti, sand. For the right price, I drive. And because they're very special clients of mine, very special clients, no problem. Whatever you need will be done. There's nothing out here. Nothing. Yep, make them happy. Make them happy. Tips. We're the happy, happy people. Happy people give happy tips. Grumpy people give shitty tips. I see a lot of car transporters, which means the car industry must be bouncing back, which is good. Looks like everything's open again. Tons of trucks coming in the other way. Oh, there is a cool store. I think it's before Palm Springs. I think I'm going to pull out there. Firstly, there's a Starbucks, which is good. Secondly, the big natural health store. They have the best eucalyptus. And because I use a lot of eucalyptus in this car, I call it the Spawn wheels. That's where I'm going to stop off, folks. I know they have the best grade eucalyptus I've ever come across. A lot of the other eucalyptus you buy online is really diluted. These guys have got the real stuff. Yeah, you're going to go to Jimmy John's? Cool. I was going to hit Quiznos earlier on, but then a big biker gang like of 200 guys arrived. And that's it. I hesitated. Should have gone in and placed my order. Once they rolled in, I was done. But I have a lot of apples, bananas, healthy stuff. Very unhealthy drinks, but healthy food. I have like Starbucks coffee, Red Bull, and then I've got a lot of fruit and good healthy food. Total opposite today. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Still sitting there on 7. That 7 is staring me in the face. I did some research. From the live feed that I did at like 9:30 p.m. the other night. I had 4 trolls in the house pounding me, 4 trolls. And I got the names. I wrote down all the names of the trolls. And I've got a very good contact at YouTube. And by the way, YouTube is owned by Google. So they verified the names of those YouTube holders. And guess who's behind that one? Trip was the Trip people. So they obviously pissed because I've exposed them and they're lashing out and slapping back, but it was the Trip people. TRYP, tripping out. Trolls in my room. So I like to do my research and find out who I'm up against, what type of trolls. And just motivates me more to shut those bastards down. Yeah, Beacon, you're the one that should be careful. Don't want to fuck around with a South African. Doesn't end well. Goat is actually a great success. You might be jealous. You haven't accomplished much. But I'll tell you why Goat is a great success. Because all of the coding was integrated with the Canadian company. Right? And the whole private booking side of it. Yeah. Believe it or not. And Beacon, I'm actually earning money right now. You sitting here trolling, you making shit. No pay. That's the difference between you and me. The one, quack, 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 angry, 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 little Beacon. Bob McNulty is Bob McNulty. He's been screwing people over for 20-something, 30 years. He gets his day of reckoning. There's a guy in Orange County is already investigating him. Well, you're sitting here talking out of your asshole, not making money. So I don't even have much time for people like that, unfortunately. I know who the real people are. I know the people in the various channels that are making money, the serious players, and I know what a troll is about. Exactly. Don't waste my energy on these type of characters. There we go. Easy. Get rid of him for a while. Little rat. I have a rat in the house. Little rats creep up through the sewage pipes and they pop their head out. You know how little rats, how they operate? So what you got to do for the beacons of the world, right, Beacon? Got to set rat traps. They eventually come for the cheese. And very simple in the internet world to reverse engineer things. If you have friends and contacts that can look up IP addresses and names and registered names, because anytime you're registering a name with YouTube, there's a Gmail behind it. And that Gmail has an IP address. Very, very easy to find out who's who in the zoo. Not a beacon of hope, unfortunately. Not a beacon of light. A beacon that ran into the rat trap. Jimmy's in the house. I can't flush. I'm driving through the desert. I mean, if I could, if that little beacon rat was out here, I'd probably stop in the desert, and take a piss on the guy in the hot desert sand. But the beacon's not here. He went back into the sewage pipes. Gotta have fun with him. Beacon, I got a banana for you. No one? Didn't do anything, Scott. Dara's done nothing to me. I think Dara's an ineffective leader, that's all. And the company Uber screws over drivers. Dara's done nothing personally to me. I'm fine if people want to say or talk crap. It's perfectly fine. It's no problem at all. Where you cross the line with me, if you try to make any insult or try and harm my kids or my family, then the lion comes out. Then good luck to you. There's a few people that didn't fare very well. That's all I can say. Because you don't have to go after the weaker one, after kids, or make comments about children. It doesn't end well. But fair game on the internet, right? If you've built out a channel and you represent drivers to your best ability and put your best foot forward, you're not always going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. That's a good question. Where do I see rideshare in 5 years? A very good question. And Scott, had you asked me that question in December 2019 and asked me the question today, I would have given you different answers. Because I do think that the pandemic or the last 3 or 4 months have changed a lot for rideshare. I really do. I think the last 4 months have hurt the concept of rideshare. I think what's been established during this pandemic is that the supply lines, food, because you need food, you need water, right? That's a very, very secure business. And that's why I think it was smart that that Dutch billionaire from Just Eat bought Grubhub, outbid Uber. Uber needed that. Uber needed that food delivery company to stay alive, because the rideshare side is fading. So if you ask me where it's going to be in 5 years' time, I think that more and more people will move over to the private sector, private trips. A lot of people will go back into their own cars, and slowly but surely, not overnight, the transition to autonomous. Now, my fiance works with the directors, the top dogs of BMW, and Mercedes and BMW are, maybe Tesla and one or two others, are way, way ahead of the game in autonomous technology. Way, way, way ahead of the game. Right? So, sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can. Apologies. I need to. Trying to get some. The phone's getting really hot, so I've got to get some air on the phone. So I think rideshare is a slippery slope. If you were to go in and buy cars for the sakes of leasing to Uber and Lyft drivers, I would advise people a little differently these days. You know, maybe look at the next 2 to 3 years. I wouldn't look at this business 5 years anymore. Changed my mind a lot on the business, and that's not because I'm jaded, that's not because I've sued Uber and Lyft. It's because of the way the company treats the drivers, and I just think that this pandemic, which could come again in a different name, different form, has made a lot of people rethink. So I think the more secure direction is in cargo, parcels, delivery, food. Like a company like Instacart must have added tremendous value in the last 3-4 months. Amazon, look what happened to Amazon. Amazon probably went up by 30% because prime freight, deliveries, getting merchandise, food, goods, articles to people, that seems to have a very, very the Germans, Volkswagen, I'm sure they right there in the mix, right? You would know. I mean, you deal with cars. Where's my friend Beacon? Beacon, come out the sewage pipe, dude. Where are you? John says, buy land, put a big fence around it, and raise livestock. Where's Beacon? Where's the beacon of hope? Beacon, where are you? Come out your rat hole. I can't see Beacon anywhere. He's been very, very quiet. The beacon nearby is Beacon far, far away. Should rename yourself. Beacon. Ari, how are you? Yeah, I did. I just kicked you in your testicles. How does that feel? There we go. How are you doing, Ari? It's interesting that Beacon says, kick me. I don't know. I don't walk around telling people to kick me. I mean, you know, that's abusive. Do you like to be kicked? May want to look at that. Doing good. Just driving back from Arizona. Only literally went over the border to drop off a client and then fill up gas, which is at least 30 cents cheaper. Arizona's got way better gas prices than California. I don't know, Beacon is he seemed a little upset and angry. Scott, dude, been around for many years, my friend. I don't have to prove shit to you. And, you know, I'm talking to friends here. I've got a lot of friends in here, a lot of people that I've met with, a lot of people that I've had lunches with. So if you're marching through the door and you think you're going to shoot your shit here, you're a guest in this room. You know, just like a nightclub and a restaurant, you deny an individual. Don't need your squirting shit in this room. If we want to talk smack, if we want to talk anything we want to talk about, I haven. I don't even know if that's English, my friend. I haven. Really? $1.69, that's impressive. $1.69 is very, very, that's very impressive. Wow. Those little trip people that want to come in and talk smack, you're welcome anytime. You know that I'll slap you down one by one by one by one. It's the least of my worries. And meanwhile, you have other higher powers working on you. Welcome when you get the letter from Javier Becerro, Mr. Spitzer in Orange County. Gosh, Kentucky. Damn, that's a good price. Wow. Wow, the profit margins would be great if one would have Kentucky's gas prices. Went under $1 per gallon. God, that's a dream. And if Calabasas I filled up at 310, by the way, stranger. 239 Arizona regular. Yeah, that's, I paid a little bit more than 239, but still, it was 30 cents less, 40 cents less than what I was paying in California. And a lot of people are still collecting their unemployment for as long as possible and not returning to rideshare. Anybody know when that $600 per week that everybody is getting, independent contractors apparently, which was decided in that stimulus package? Anybody know when that runs out? You know, your 600 weekly? Yeah, it's good money, $2,400 right there. But when does that end? I heard end of July. Maybe somebody could verify that. Oh, July 30th. Yeah, end of, okay, great, perfect. I'm gonna just put this on there for a while. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try and get some cool air on my yeah, July the 30th. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just trying to cool my phone down because I have my phone up on the window and it's insanely hot. July 30th. So basically, give or take another 6 weeks, right? Am I right in saying 6 times $600? So between now and until it ends, can people expect $3,600 from that? Yeah, plus the unemployment, correct. This trip was 4.5 hours to the Arizona border and 4.5 hours back, right? 9 hours. I mean, got to drive back. Cooling my phone down. It's super hot. Tax haven. Most of those companies are registered offshore. Google, Amazon, they all have their companies and their patents registered offshore. Pay no taxes whatsoever on billions of dollars of profits. Thank you, Mike. I don't know why are the trolls so quiet today? Where are they? They came in, little rats, came up the sewage pipes, popped their heads out, quack, 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 and then they went back in again. Where are the little rats? Where's Scott and where's Beacon? Being rather quiet. Scotty, why are you so quiet? Beacon, why are you so quiet? This spot where I'm right now, which is interesting, coming up, oh yeah, I think you told me that before, exactly. Pasadena, yeah. So Chirocco Summit, what is this thing called? Chirocco Summit? Chiriaco Summit. So I'm going down, so now it's easy, it's all downhill, but early on I had to come all the way up. It's a steady climb. You can see the trucks are battling. Even some trucks stop and cool down. It's up and up and up and up and up and up until you actually feel your ears pop. Yeah, no, unplug the phone. The heat, I tell you where the heat is coming from. The heat is coming from, my phone is up on the window and the sun is pounding against the back of the phone. That is what's making it hot. Chiriaco Summit. Right, no, I've unplugged it already. It's just sheer heat. It's 100 outside. But thank you for the tip. Yes, Indio, you got it, buddy. You know the area. Coming down into India, I'm going to show you. It's actually it's a little hazy today, a little overcast, but I'll show you that picture as you come down. You look down, India is where Coachella takes place there. Very close to that. And then I'm going to make a brief stop in off Monterey. And hopefully there's a Home Depot around there. I have to get a few things. But right now, it says Indio 29 miles, Los Angeles 156 miles. And it's hot outside. $500. It's the round trip will be 400, obviously plus tip, but the round trip will be 400 miles. But that's not the way I look at it. I mean, should I charge more? Yes, you're right, I should. But I look at the relationship with the client, and they'll pay me over $100, $120 for very, very short runs, 10 miles. 10, 15 miles, they'll pay me 100. They tip very, very, very well. So I look at the totality of all the business I do with a client. Doesn't pay to go and hit the client with an astronomical fee for this type of trip. You know what I mean? Because the way you got to look at it is they did not want to fly, right? So they didn't want to send their kid on a plane because of the conditions. So they would rather have this, you know, I mean, what would have been a $500 or less, or $600 for the flight, $400 for the flight maybe, right? Because they fly, you know, I mean, they don't fly, probably fly business class, so it's probably even more, probably $800, $1,000 maybe. So I don't want to go in and overcharge, because I look at how many times has the client booked me, and what do they pay for other? I'm driving past Joshua Tree National Park right now. What do they pay me on other trips? So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure gas is going to cost me about $75, right? 75. But I'm sure other people would have charged an arm and a leg, but then may have lost the client. So I gauge it, if that makes sense. The tip I will get this afternoon through Venmo, but their tips are usually $80 upwards. $80 upwards for the tips. So I'm sure the tip will be pretty high. And if I don't try and overdo it with the fare cost, I'm sure the tip will be even higher. So, and the way I see it is, I'm making money on YouTube. Yeah, but I don't do these type of trips are very few and between. Usually on a full day like this, if I put in a full day with a couple of private clients, you know, it's $1,200, $1,500. But now I'm spending pretty much the day with one client. Got to go all the way there, all the way back. But I look at the frequency of the bookings, I look at what they pay for very short trips, Burbank to Calabasas. Could take them a lot to the plane, to the airport, to the private plane. I look a lot at what they pay on the tips, and there is no reason for me to come in with some astronomical fee. Doesn't make sense. So I'm earning on YouTube right now, getting the hours right. It's like an office on wheels. I mean, I don't have anybody in front of me. I've done a lot of emails and text messages already. So I'm taking care of other, the way I see it, what I'm trying to explain is taking care of other business as well while driving, right? Could be at home in front of a computer, answering emails, setting up appointments, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, for example, give you an idea, just after I left Blythe, one sponsor said, hey, how much product do you need if you do a product review? And I said, firstly, I'm not going to review the product if I don't like the product. If the product's good, you know, I'll do a minimum of $500 in retail value, right? In retail value. And I did that while I'm on this trip. So they wrote back and said, that's fine, we will ship it out. What's your address? So, you know, add to the fact that you're making money coming up here, bringing up a client, servicing a client, keeping good relationships going, answering a lot of emails, getting a sponsorship for another $500 worth of retail value. It's not $500 as per se, it's $500 worth of product, right? And then another booking, like tonight, another booking, took care of that. And YouTube, adding up hours, adding up advertising dollars on YouTube. So it's hard to put a dollar figure on a, let's say on an 8-hour day, because there's multiple different things happening. You could be setting up business today for Wednesday, right? Every day is a new day. Every day is presents new opportunities. Yeah, but stranger, you almost equal to UberX price, but you're not looking at, again, you are evaluating the per mile cost. You're not looking at, are you a private driver, stranger? Are you a private driver? Do you do private trips? What is the speed limit? I think here, I want to say it's 70 right now. Exactly, that's what it is. It's a bit of a sacrifice today. Thank you. That's, you know, you take one for the team. Because there's this particular client, you know, usually pays about $200 for 30 minutes of work. Many times, over and over and over and over again. So do you want to take them to the ringer? No, okay, maybe you're right, I probably charge them UberX rates today. So they feel like, hey, wow. But I know where I get it back. I know that the tip is where they reward. So a little bit of a sacrifice today. Should be the other way around. If you're good, you should be taking away the clients from Uber, not Uber taking the clients away from you. What car did you drive? What vehicle did you operate when you had private clients? That question goes to stranger. Not unethical. You're an independent contractor, buddy. You have the right under a true independent contractor can do whatever they want to. They're independent, right? You're not independent. You feel like you're owned by them. That's the mentality you got to break away from. You're not owned by them. You are Lincoln Town Car. Okay. So John, I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you. So probably your clients that were with you in your Lincoln Town car, I don't know how old the car was, if it was a little bit outdated. Maybe Uber came along, or UberX, and they were offering newer cars. That's the only reason when a private client will leave you, if they get to drive in a newer car at a better price. Because in the upper echelon, you don't lose clients. In the luxury and the SUV category, and I'm talking Mercedes, BMW, Tesla, Escalade, you don't lose clients. They don't go the other way. They pay and they know what they're getting. Again, that SUVs and Uber took away a lot of the business. Then there's something wrong with your formula. Then there's something wrong with your pricing, because a few years ago, Uber was charging SUV drivers $4 per mile. It's a fact. Minimum of start $25, right? If you were smart, and I'm not saying you're not smart, but if SUVs and Uber were taking your clients away, that tells me you were overpricing. You were overpriced. Because the calculation you have to do for your private client is, hey, with Uber, you're paying $4 a mile, you're paying $100 for this trip right now. With Uber, I will do the trip for $85. Now, Uber is going to take 50% of that $100 anyway, so you're only going to get $50. So if you're presenting that as an $85 opportunity, $15 less than Uber SUV, you've taken all those Uber SUV clients all day long. Instead of $50 on top of your 50, you've made 35 on top. So those two statements that you made to me state, one, the car was outdated, the Lincoln Town car. And the second one was if you say Uber SUV was taking away clients, that means you were outpricing yourself with your vehicle, which did not match up to an SUV or did not match up to their rates. One of those two. All day long, my friend. You got to do those calculations. Now this is a nice part of the journey here. Let's just see. This is going down, right? This is going down all the way down into India, down that Shiriyako summit, or whatever it's called. And people fly down here. Right in the distance, those mountains there, that's sort of like La Quinta, India. It's very overcast today. I don't know why. And then that's the holder that I put the phone on, and the sun pounds it from the back, so the phone gets hot. So right now, got to cool the sucker down a little bit. "13 miles to India." I don't know, that I want to look at that comment again because so I haven't had this conversation. It's probably the first time I've met you, talking to you. Your name is Stranger on the thing. We had some little crybaby rant on Twitter. You said that thank you. Uber is unethical. I feel like stopping as low. I don't feel like stooping as low as them. Well, if they're unethical towards you, right? You're still driving for them, right? So you're taking their, let's just say you're taking their abuse. The message you're sending me to me is, I will continue using me. That's what you're saying. But I'm not going to stoop as low as them. You're an independent, again, listen to me. If you're an independent contractor, take care of yourself. Create your true independence. Right? You're not growing. You're not making money. You've got to take care of, hand in the divorce. Because if you're in a situation where they win, you lose, you're not in a good relationship, not in a good business relationship. You got to cut it. And again, I've met you for the first time, so I'm not judging you, I'm not evaluating you. I'm just commenting straightforward, black or white, right? No gray zone. And does not sound right if you feel like you're being abused by Uber, but you're not willing to create private clients from Uber. Yeah, the ride is getting then you're not driving Escalade or Mercedes. You're not tapping into sorry, I'm repeating myself here, but you're not driving the right people then. If those people are too cheap, take Uber. Right down here by India. Coachella Road. It's bad reception here. Yeah, my internet is not good at the moment because I'm driving through this pass, so we keep on cutting in and out. And then very soon I'm gonna be ending this live stream because I'm almost in Palm Springs, and then I'm gonna jump over to the other channel. Anybody that's done Coachella or Stagecoach will know exactly where I am right now, because you basically be taking clients back to Palm Springs, come back on the 10, and then you jump off on Monroe, straight back down to the fairgrounds, picking people up. Right by Dillon Road and 86 Expressway to Coachella. Right in the heart of Indio right now. All right, my friends, passing a casino called 29 Spotlight. 29 Spotlight. And on my right, there's Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. $40,000 cash giveaway. Shaka Khan is playing in October. Shaka Khan. And looks pretty busy, a lot of cars. Chaka Khan. I could have sworn I saw a Home Depot when I drove down. Actually looking for a Home Depot right now. Home Depot, where are you? Where are you? Home Depot. Huh. Could have sworn there was a Home Depot here. Got to get my bearings straight here. Find this Home Depot. All right, my friends, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to be back in the Rideshare Professor channel in about 15 to 20 minutes. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company all the way from Blythe to Palm Springs. Peace out. Have a great Saturday. If I do catch you, I'll catch you on the Rideshare Professor channel. I really appreciate the time, the hours, and the input. Be blessed. Thank you. Stay blessed.